Hello and welcome back to your program Identities Umhlobo, where we are talking about your important issues, the issue of service delivery in our councils. And we are joined by Mr. Jackson Murimi from the city of Harare, from Public Affairs. But before Mr. Jackson comes in, I was talking to Lorraine. What is the situation for citizens? We had the report, Marods Ajuskumira Mushe, Marets. People are paying their money. They don't feel like it's being utilized as much as it should.
Yeah, I think like I said before, generally residents are not happy with the services that they are getting.
Right.
Not only that, they are also not happy with the way that the money is being used. And I think the main issue is the fact that we don't have access to information, because I am also a resident myself.
Right.
We don't have access to that basic information to say, this month, this is what the city spent on such projects. So we are just paying, but we don't get that feedback in terms of how the money is being spent. And I would also want to add another issue to that. Even the billing system itself, there are a lot of issues with residents, where some of the bills, especially on water, are being based on estimates. Say you don't have a water meter that is working, the council then bases your consumption on estimates.
Right.
And most of those estimates are actually exorbitant. And this is also the reason why most residents have outstanding bills. So it has also affected the relations between residents and also the council.
Well, you raised amazing issues. The issue of rates that are being exorbitant over what probably should be. And you also raised the issue that you, from CRA, because I look at CRA as a resident association, which is probably what I would think is your bridging gap. I would expect you to have all the information and to be mobilizing people, citizens, residents, to be able to demand for the services. Why would CRA not have access to such information? What's going on?
We have done that in terms of using the law to demand information. But I think it's actually an institutional challenge on the part of the local authorities, where in terms of financial management issues, that information in terms of how expenditures have been done, it's not readily available to residents. Okay. So on a number of occasions, for us to get that information, we have had to sometimes to go to court or engage some lawyers, and it takes a long time for that to happen.
And it's also not sustainable.
Yes.
But I'll come back to you, Lorraine. Mr. Jackson Murimi, you're from the city council. You're hearing what people are saying. There is the outcry of why things that are not moving. Why are things not moving in the manner that they should? We pay our rates. You must deliver. Citizens are not happy with your delivery. What's going on?
All right. Thank you so much for the question. First and foremost, probably I should have to thank the researchers for the cities at crossroads.
Right.
And the phrase that we pay you deliver, first of all, it tells a lot.
Right.
One thing that probably should have to highlight is that we pay you deliver is a two-sided thing. The first thing being that the residents should have to pay, and the city should, or local authority rather, should have to deliver. And this we pay you deliver, it's kind of something that has been going on for a long time. And it shouldn't be a blame game, rather, where the city of Harare should be saying you should have to pay so that we can give you the service, and residents are saying, okay, fine, you should have to deliver, so that it keeps on coming like the egg chicken kind of.
So why? Why do we keep having the same problem?
Okay, fine. One thing that you should have to understand is that when we talk of payments in Harare for the delivery of service, you should have to understand that as at the moment, our revenues and our expected revenues, rather, that we are around 50% in terms of collections. So it means that the other 50% is not paying.
But when I pay my dollar,
yes,
because we pay you deliver, principle is when I pay my dollar, I should have transparency to see what's going on with my dollar, so that maybe I can get to the $10. The citizens, you are talking about 50%. I feel like the 50% being paid. Number one, we heard about the finding that citizens feel like there is lack of transparency. Their views are not being considered, what they feel. So on that 50%, shouldn't you actually be doing good by the residents by that 50% first of all?
All right, sure. Thank you. I think the way that you are highlighting is actually it's a perception that there is no transparency. Okay, that's the first third point.
Are you
really
rubbishing the report? I mean, the research? Because the research is the one saying there is no transparency. Citizens are speaking. They are giving you their feedback.
Which is correct anyway. But one thing they should have to understand is citizens, they are basing on perceptions, what they are seeing in actual fact, and what is being delivered. With the 50% that they are paying, there are a lot of things that are being done by City of Harare with
Citizens
the 50%.
Feel like residents actually feel like whatever many things they're doing, it's not part of what they want done. Would you blame them?
Yeah, I don't want to
pay, and you could be very busy-bodied doing a lot of things, but do we feel like you are hearing us, you're doing what we want?
Okay, fine. I wouldn't want to blame them, but one thing they should have to do is, if residents in Mavuku say we want water, residents in Glenview, they said they want roads, okay, these are priority according to areas in which these residents are residing. So if we are attending to Glenview and we are putting a road, and the people in Mavuku say it's not our priority because we are in Mavuku, and we try to balance, it's an issue of prioritizing here. If we get 50%, obviously we are all from our different homes. We have got limited, financial incomes, and we try to budget in between to say, if I have got 50%, how am I going to use it? So if I'm concentrating in Glenview, it's not an issue that I'm not looking at residents in Mavuku. It's an issue of priority, which is to come first, and then I'll go to the another one, then the other one. If we would try to divide the whole 50% to say it should have to cover everything, we might not be able to,
But this is 75%. More than 70% of your residents are actually saying that they feel like they're not being heard. So there should be people in Mavuku. If we went to Mavuku, if this survey went to Mavuku, there should have been people of Mavuku should have been saying, oh, we are happy because what we asked for was done. And then, so you would then have a fewer percentage of people that are not happy if the city council was listening. So why should people pay rates if they feel like the city council is not listening to them?
Okay, probably I should have to start from the point that as a city, we have got a stakeholder engagement policy in place. That stakeholder policy states what the city should have to do in terms of creating a solid relationship between the city and the residents. Right. Within that stakeholder policy, we do consult. In actual fact, we moved from a monthly basis to a quarterly basis. Every quarter, each and every councillor is supposed to have a ward report back meeting where residents are supposed to air their views with regards to service delivery, and also council soliciting for those views to see how best we can improve service. And also we have got budget consultation meetings where we share the performance of the current budget vis-a-vis what we are receiving. Okay.
Ms. Timurimi, I will come back to you in the third segment, because what you have just opened is a bit of a Pandora's box when you're talking about the issue of consultations. But we'll talk about it in the next segment. Viewers and citizens, please don't go away. Stay with us. I do think that you are very interested in this conversation. We're just taking a break.